I was on maternity leave in Perth, where I was the afternoons presenter for ABC. And funnily enough, I had just pretty much chucked my job in. I didn't want to be that person anymore. And while I was on my way home from that interview or that meeting, the Gold Coast ABC was ringing me saying, "What are you doing after you get back from maternity leave?" And it was amazing. It was literally within hours of me saying, "I don't want to do this anymore." This opportunity came up to become the drive presenter on the Gold Coast. So that's what brought me back. My partner and I, that was my second child, and we made a decision that I'd go back to work and he would look after the kids. And he'd never been to the Gold Coast. I'm just trying to think, we'd driven from Brisbane, because I'm from Brisbane originally, and we'd driven via the Gold Coast once. I think I took him to Burleigh. And then I purposely made sure that when we arrived here, I would drive him from the southern end, and I took him right along the beach, and he just went, "Oh my God, I mean, I knew this was a great place, but wow, this is where we're living now." And he'd come from Perth, which is also a little bit of a coastal community, but he'd been more of a river kind of guy growing up along the Swan River. And thankfully, he fell in love with the Gold Coast as well.
I had no money, no debts. I love the ocean. And a job came up as a beach inspector at Burleigh in 1973. And my dad had died early from the war, and Mum brought up the three boys. And so, I was fine to move wherever I wanted. So I thought, I'm going to put in for that job. And they said, people in telecom said, "Youngie, what are you doing wasting your life?" But I had a passion to be down the coast, to live down the coast. So I got the job, and I've been there, been working for the council ever since. And the funny thing is, people said, "How can you do the same job for 43 years?" Well, it's probably like your jobs. It's not the same job. Things change all the time, So it's been really rewarding for me. I think this is the best city in the world, but I'm coming also from a general city, but also very much the surf and the beach. So I'm a little bit of a tragic like that, So that's probably why I think it. But I think it's a great city.
Thanks, Trev. Well, first of all, I'm the councillor for this area, so how lucky am I? I came to the Gold Coast 33 years ago, so I'm fairly old. My husband put in for a transfer here as an air traffic controller at Gold Coast Airport. Then it's actually called Coolangatta Airport at that stage. And we always knew we wanted to come and live on the Gold Coast. I'd come here as a teenager, and let me tell you, famous for fun was always the catchphrase here. It was a great area to holiday, but I knew I wanted to live here, and so did my husband. So he was transferred here.